All right, now you're back with us. Now your owl's trying to take shape. You have eyes. You have a body. Now you have wings, and that wing thing was so cool. Being able to put the shape on front and then move it back with that control and down arrow. That was a groundbreaking moment for me when Darren said that, because I think it's such a. Sometimes you just put it on top and you're all messed up. And you don't know how to move it. All right, so now I got my wings. I got my body. I got my face. What's next? I feel like I'm missing something.
For sure. Well, we have no beak, we have no feet, and he's just floating in a white space here. So let's get that fixed. You could draw the feet, and I'll show you how to do that with this line tool in a sec. But one shape that kind of looks like bird's feet is this little one called a frame. You can imagine how this would look good if you were making like a photo book slide deck. But I'm going to click that. I'm going to move it. These got tiny little feet. I can make them bigger. This little handle, that's one way to rotate those shapes. That's kind of a neat thing to do. I think my feet should be orange. And I don't want them to have a border. I like them to have a transparent border sometimes with some of these shapes. Let's make it to the back. My little feet. I'm going to duplicate, move over, control, it's in the back, down, 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 down. Awesome. Another great way to rotate is to hold down the Alt key and use the arrows. Did you know you could do this, George? Alt and the arrows, left or right?
No, I did not know that.
Rotate. That's pretty fun. Now we're still missing something. I want this owl to be on a branch. And one of my favorite tools is under the line here. Select line, none of these, polyline. We're going to draw a branch. And I want to draw it so that the owl is sitting on this branch. I'm just clicking, and I'm clicking, and I'm clicking, and I'm betting you'll accidentally do this. And you'll just have this line, and you just have to backspace, get rid of it, and try it again. Remember, that is something you're going to have to do, is make mistakes. And if you're ever stuck on this thing, it's stuck to you like, a piece of gum. Escape will get you out of there, the ESC key. So I'm going to get back in, polyline, and I'm going to draw my branch. I'll try not to make a mistake.
And every time you click, it leaves where you can bend it, right?
Yeah, it leaves these little anchor points, and I always make sure I come back and it snaps back to where I started. And if I ever notice I made a mistake, I can click twice and then move one of those anchor points afterwards. So this is great. Again, I'm going to hold down control, and I'm going to move this thing right to the very back. So now he's on it. Right away, I'm going to make it kind of brownish, just so he's sitting on a branch. Oh, that looks so cool. Now, so far, we don't have a beak. And you could use a shape for the beak, but I think there's a shape in here that looks even better. So we've used polyline. Let's use the curve tool. And it's the same thing. You click, you move, you click, you move, you click, and back up. And boom, I've got a beak. And is it perfect? No. Does it matter? No. I like his beak. And the other thing I'm going to do before we leave this guy is, I like some of these owls, they have these feathers, and some have a lot more feathers than others. I'm going to draw, click and click and click, some feathers up by the top of our owl's head. So he looks a little more astute. Click and click and click. Awesome. How about I make it the same color as our wings? Our owl is really coming alive. So great. And you could move this down a little bit so it's behind the eyes, or if you prefer it up front, hey, that's your decision. Right there. So we have added feet, a beak, a branch, and some feathers, and we're ready for the next part. So now it's your turn. Let's finish up our owl. Let's go and make feet, move them down, draw a branch, draw a beak with the curve tool, and the last thing we want to do is we want to add some feathers.
Where do I find the tool for polyline and curve? Can you show me that one more time? Where is that magical tool?
So it'll look like a line right next to shapes, and then you click, and you find curve and polyline. And sometimes you get a little frustrated. Don't worry about it. Try maybe making a triangle to start with, and then getting rid of that shape and making a square. Just click, 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 or some kind of polygon like that. This is fantastic for math when you have to draw shapes or if you have to ever trace something. So another fun thing to do.
Okay.
So we'll see you back here when you have your owl complete.
All right. We'll see you guys on the other side.